Morning everyone, my name is Jocelyn. I'm a fitness instructor at CFB Trenton, and today we're going to be doing total body circuit. So before we get started, just a few things to go over. So these virtual fitness classes are made for the CAF members. If you're not a CAF member, make sure you check out the Get Active questionnaire in the comments in the description. Make sure you take that assessment to see if it's safe for you to participate in this class. If you feel any pain or if you get injured, make sure you stop right away and you consult a medical professional. If you're a CAF member and you get injured during this class, make sure you fill out a CF98. I'm not going to be playing any music during this circuit, so make sure you throw in your own music to keep yourself motivated. So we have a few seconds before 9 o'clock where we'll get right into it. Just before we start, I'll show you the equipment that I'm using. So over here you can probably see a cooler. It's weighted down. I'm going to be using that as my box jump as well as my sled for the sled pull. All I've done is thrown some weights and heavy objects in there and tied a rope around it so I can sit down and do my pull. I also have my weighted pack that I'm going to be using for the squat press and RDL, as well as my weighted toolkit for my single arm carry. So this circuit is going to be AMRAP style, so as many rounds as possible. We're going to have 20 minutes on the clock. Try to get in as many times or many rounds as you can. Make sure you go at your own pace. Okay, take water breaks whenever you need it, okay? So I'll get started with the demo. So first off, we have box jumps. So like I said, I'm going to be jumping onto this cooler. So make sure you have something safe you can jump onto. You can jump a couple stairs if you have a staircase. Anything that you think that it can keep your body weight. So nothing that's unstable that'll topple over, okay? So make sure it's safe to jump onto. If you don't have anything safe to jump onto, you can just do a broad jump. So first I'll show you the box jump. So feet about shoulder width apart. You're going to counter movement with your arms. You're going to jump up, make sure your whole foot lands on the box, okay? So counter movement with your arms and up, both feet on the box. And as I landed, my hands go behind me. That's where my arms started. So I'm ready in my form to just take off and jump again. So after you jump, you're going to step down, and while you're jumping, you want to make sure as you land, your knees are staying over top of your toes. You want to make sure that your knees aren't collapsing in, okay? So if you don't have anything you can jump onto, you can just do a broad jump. So it's the same technique. You're just going to try and jump as far forward as you can, okay? So arms back, forward jump, okay? Same thing, you're just not jumping onto something. All right, so you're gonna do 6 of those. Next up, we're gonna do Romanian deadlifts. So for that, I'm using my weighted backpack. So your feet are gonna be about shoulder width apart. You're hinging at the hips, okay? Hips go out behind you. As you lower the weight, okay, go to about your knees and then back up to the top, okay? Make sure you're bracing this whole time, okay? So engage your core and your glutes. And your knees don't have to be fully locked out. You can have a little athletic bend in there, okay? Good, so we're gonna do 8 Romanian deadlifts. After that, we're gonna do 8 squat presses. So I'm going to have my pack in my hands at my chest height. Feet are gonna be about shoulder width apart. I'm gonna squat down. First, you're bracing, okay? Remember, brace. You're going to squat down like you're sitting in a chair, then on the way back up, you're going to use the momentum for your legs to push the weight overhead, okay? Make sure the weight ends up, you can't see the weight, but make sure it ends up fully overhead, okay? Hands over your shoulders. It's not ending here or back behind your head, okay? So again, make sure you're bracing. For that one, we're going to do 8 squat press. The next one is my sled pull. So I'm just going to first push my sled out of the way, okay? So I'm going to do this half kneeling, but you can also do it sitting down, okay? Or standing. It's up to you, okay? For this one, again, you want to stay braced, okay? I'm just going to pull, keeping my elbows nice and close to my sides. Pull as quickly as you can. I'm going to do 3 pulls, which will equal about 10 meters, okay? So again, make sure that you're bracing. You shouldn't throw your shoulder forward, and try to keep your body position stable. You don't want to kind of be using your hips to pull. You want mostly your back, okay? So try to keep your body square and you're just pulling with your arms. All right, and last up we have the single arm carry. So for the single arm carry, okay, make sure that your shoulders are square. Again, you're bracing, core and your glutes, okay? I'm gonna pinch the top of my arm to my lat, okay? That just makes sure I'm activating my lat and my shoulders are rolled back, okay? So I'm gonna be, when you're walking, try to make sure that you're staying straight. You're not kind of moving with the weight leaning to one side, okay? Try to compensate. Try to keep your shoulders and your hips nice and square, okay? So I'm gonna be doing 5 laps around my mat. That's gonna equal about 30 meters, and we're gonna do both sides, okay? All right, so we'll get started with the warm-up. Now, if you have a foam roller, you can join me in rolling out. If not, you can use a tennis ball or anything similar, okay? So I'm gonna foam roll my glutes, my hands, and my lats, because those are the areas of my body that I feel need a little bit more attention when I'm warming up. If you guys have other areas, go for that, okay? So I'm gonna start with my glutes, planting one foot, the other ankle on my knee. I'm gonna be rolling out the side that my knee is raised. Okay, so I'm just gonna go forward and back. You can also move side to side. If you find any tender areas, you can hang it on that spot until it gets released. Good, switch sides. Good. I'm going to move on to my hamstrings. So, I'm going to do both at the same time. You can either do one at a time or both. I'm going to stack my legs so I have a little bit more pressure on that one leg. So I'm pushing up or lifting up my hips with my hands on the mat and rolling my hamstring over. Again, I'm going to twist my leg around a little bit. Make sure I get the whole hamstring. Switch sides. Good. And lastly, I'm going to roll out my lats. So on your side, foam roller about the middle of your rib cage. Okay. I'm going to lift my hips up and roll to my armpit. If you need to take a little pressure off, you can plant a hand down. This area can be pretty sensitive. Good. Switch sides. So now we're going to move on to cars. So you can start, we're going to start with our shoulders. So palm facing in. You're going to start, make sure the rest of your body stays still, shoulders are rolled back. You're going to bring your hand up as high as you can until you can't anymore. You're going to rotate your palm out. Continue that circle around. Okay, and you can swing through. Make sure you turn your palm in again. We're going to do that one more time. Good. Now we're going to reverse that. So palm facing out, thumb goes up until you can't anymore. Turn your palm, then coming around and swing through to do one more circle. Good. And the other side. Good. We'll reverse that. Thumb up, around. Good. All right. Next up, we're going to do hips. So planting one foot, you're going to, if you need to, you can hang onto the wall, okay? No problem. You just want to make sure the rest of your body, just like the shoulders, you're not moving the rest of your body, okay? So if you need to hang onto the wall, that's totally fine. I'm just going to knot so you can see me properly. So 1 foot planted, you're going to lift your knee up, out to the side, ankle comes up, and you're going to rotate around, come through for one more, out to the side, ankle up, around. Good, and we'll reverse that. So kicking back, come out, ankle down, and around. One more time. Good. And switch sides. Good. Reverse, kicking back, knee up and around, ankle down, and in front. One more time. Good. All right. And one more type of car, we're going to do ankle cars. So isolate your ankle, okay, make sure, again, none of the rest of your leg is moving. You're going to start by facing your toe up. We're going to go inside, around and down, pointing your toe down as you start the downward part of the circle. Coming around and toe points up once you start the upward. We're going to do that one more time this way. Good, and switch directions. Good, and switch sides. So toe pointing up, we're going to start internal. Twice around this way, and reverse directions. Good. So next up, we're going to move on to our spine. So starting in tabletop position, we're going to do cat-cows. So starting out, you're going to look up, arch your back down, and your butt comes up. Just reverse that, tuck your chin under, arch your back up, and tuck your bum under. Okay? We're going to do each position 5 times. Nice, slow, controlled movements. Good. All right, so from here, we're going to do Spider-Mans. So starting in a high plank position, you're going to bring your right foot to your right hand, open your chest up, reach into the ceiling, and elbow down to the floor. I'll show you in this other direction. So high plank, Left foot to left hand, open your chest up, reaching as far as you can, and elbow down to the ground, or as close as to the ground as you can. We're going to do 2 more of those each side. Try to reach a little farther every time. Good. All right. So next up, we're going to do 90-90 hip stretch, all right? So one knee bent at 90 degrees in front, the other bent at 90 degrees out to the side. So you're going to start by opening up the knee to your side as far as you can without moving your front knee. As soon as you can't move anymore, you can allow your front knee, your front knee to go with your side knee. You're going to go to center and then fully rotate to the other side. So you still should have 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Once you switch sides, you're going to bring your chest down to your knee, or as close as you can, and switch to the other side. We're going to do 2 more per side. If you need to put your hands behind yourself, a little kickstand, that's totally fine as well. Good. All right. So if you have a little band, you can put it on your knees, you can do that. If not, that's totally fine. You can do this exercise without it. So we're going to start on our sides, knees bent at 90 degrees. We're going to do some side plank clams. So hips up, body nice and straight. You're going to open your knees. We're going to do 3 per side. Okay? Make sure you're activating your glute. Good. Switch sides. Good. All right, you can get rid of that band. Next up, we're going to do single leg glute bridge. So on your back, 1 foot planted, the other knee up, hand on your knee for counterbalance. The other hand out to the side as a little kickstand. You're going to press through your heel, pushing up. Make sure you're locking out your hips, okay? We're going to do 3 per side. You should be feeling this in your glute and your hamstring. All right, and we're going to do 3 knee hugs. Good, all right. So we'll get right into it. I'm going to grab a drink before we start. Again, guys, just a reminder, put on your music now for the 20-minute AMRAP. Take breaks whenever you need it. Make sure you drink some water, okay? Go at your own pace. All right, so starting with 6 box jumps. And make sure my cooler's in place. All right, so starting the clock, 20 minutes. See how many rounds we can get through. 6 box jumps. All right, Romanian deadlifts. Got my pack. Feet about shoulder width apart. Make sure you're hinging at the hip. Make sure you're bracing. Engaging your core and your glutes. We're doing 8 of these. right, squat press. Feet about shoulder width apart. And overhead. Good, 8 squat press. Time for the sled pull. I guess every time I put it back in place, it's technically a sled push too, isn't it? There's one. Half kneeling, I'm going to keep my body upright. And last one. Good. All right, and carry. Good job, guys. I wish I had an assistant to pull my sled back for me. Wouldn't that be nice? All right. Make sure you're engaging your core. Shoulders square. Make sure you're not leaning. This is my last lap. Good, switch sides. Make sure you're set. And my last lap. Good. All right. Back to the box jump. Oops, I forgot to put my round on the board. That's one round done. Good job, guys. Make sure you're grabbing drinks when you need it. Go at your own pace. There's 6. Romanian deadlifts. Good job, guys. Keep it up. Feet about shoulder width apart, or sorry, hip width apart. Good. Squat press. There's 8. Good job, guys. About 14 minutes left. Sled pull. Here's one. One pull left. Good. And just the carry. Good job, guys. Keep working hard. Make sure you're set before you start. This is my last lap. Good, and switching sides. And my last lap. Good. All right, that's 2 on the board. Good job, guys. 12 minutes left. More than half, or almost halfway done. All right. Box jumps. Good, RDL. Don't forget to brace, engaging your core and your glutes. Good. Squat press. There's 8. Good job, guys. Sled pull. Last one for the 10 meters. Good job. All right. And the carry. Oops, wrong way. There we go. Last lap. Good. Last lap. Good. Good job, guys. Chalk that round up. That's 3 down. And we have 7.5 minutes to go. Well done, guys. Remember, guys, go at your own pace. Make sure you take breaks whenever you need them. All right. On to the box jump. Good. Romanian deadlift. Make sure you're bracing. There's 8. Squat press. There's 8. Good job. Sled pull. Make sure you're staying nice and upright. Your shoulders should be rolled back. You shouldn't be hunching over. And last one. Good. Good, there's the sled pull. Onto the carry. 5 minutes left, guys. Let's finish strong. Only 5 minutes left. Last lap. Good. Switch sides. And this will be my last lap. Good. All right, another round down, that's 4. See if we get one more in. We have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. 6 box jumps. Let's go, guys. Good. Romanian deadlift, 3 minutes. Well done, guys. Keep working hard. Remember to brace. Good. Squat press. There's 8. Good job, guys. Sled pull. Last 2 minutes. Last pull. Good. And single arm carry, 1.5 minutes. Good job, guys. Let's finish strong. Don't forget to brace. This is my last lap. Good. And one more lap. Last 10 seconds. Good job, guys. That's 5 rounds done in 20 minutes. Well done. Good job, guys. All right, grab a drink if you need it, and we'll get into the cool down. All right. So just before we start the cool down, guys, we're gonna do a few breaths just to try and regulate our breathing a little bit. So we're gonna start by inhaling for 4 seconds. Nice deep belly breath. So inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And again. And exhale. Good. All right, so we'll start with the triceps stretch. Try to continue that 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out for the cool down. Switch sides. Good. All right, so next up we're going to do the C stretch. So hand in a C, fingers and thumb against the wall, and you're going to turn your chest away. Make sure your shoulders roll back. Good, switch sides. Good, all right, so next we're going to do the quad stretch. So grab your ankle, put your heel to your butt, make sure your knees are in line, you're standing up straight. Switch sides. Good, next up, since we're still standing, we're going to do our calf. So the top of your foot against the wall, heel on the floor, and you're going to bring your hips towards the wall. Good, switch sides. All right, next up we're going to do hip flexor. So, down on one knee. Okay, first off, you're going to tuck your bum under, okay? So, this is neutral. You're just going to tuck your butt under, and then you're going to lean forward slightly, okay? So make sure you're standing upright. You should feel a stretch right in the front here. Good. Switch sides. So again, tuck your butt under and lean forward. Good. All right, so next up we're going to stretch out our back. So planting one hand on the ground, Thread the needle through, reaching as far as you can to the other side. Make sure you let your scapula go over your rib cage, your shoulder blade go over your rib cage. Switch sides. Good. All right. So next up, we're going to stretch out our lats under here. So hands in front, you're going to walk them as far to one side as you can. Then press your armpit into the floor and try to keep your butt on your heels. Good. Switch sides. Good. All right. Next up, we're going to stretch out the adductors. So bottoms of your feet together. Bring your feet towards yourself and push your knees into the floor. Good. Next up, we're going to stretch out our hamstrings. So if you have a strap, you can grab that. If not, that's okay. You can stretch without it. So if you have a strap, put it on your toe, lying down on your back. Make sure your leg's straight and just pull the strap towards yourself. If you don't have a strap, just grab your leg wherever you can and make sure you keep your knees straight. Bring your leg as close to yourself as you can. And switch sides. Good. Last up, we're going to stretch out our glutes. So grab your knee, bring it across your chest, your opposite shoulder. Good, switch sides. Good, all right. So make sure you do any other stretches you like to finish it off. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the total body circuit. Make sure you check out our 8-wing PSP Trenton Facebook page for lots more classes. And I'll see you next week. Make sure, if you're a military member and if you got injured, make sure you fill out a CF98. All right, guys, see you next time. Stay safe and wash your hands.